Hello everybody, back again with another hopefully interesting video. So on the last video where I built the strategy for Randall's second dozen and second column system, someone sent me an email. One of the viewers sent me an email and said, "Hey, I have this double street system that I play, and this is how I play it, and it's worked out well for me. But I was wondering if maybe if you applied some of your trend analysis to it, if you can knock down the volatility of it." And so I decided, hey, well, let me give his version of it a try. And if it seems like it's a good one, maybe it is worth trying to improve it with some trend analysis. And sure enough, I practiced with it a little bit, and it was pretty good. I was impressed with it. It's not necessarily unique. I've seen versions of it before, but it did perform well. So I decided to go ahead and give it a go at improving it with a little trend analysis. So what I've decided to do to hopefully make an interesting video is I'm going to play his version of the system, and while I go, I'm going to log every spin over here in this spreadsheet, which is where I have programmed my twist on it, which chooses the double streets based on trends. And then at the end, we'll compare how the original system do versus how did my version of it do with the trend analysis tweaks. So hopefully that's something you find interesting, and hopefully I can get through this fast enough so that it doesn't start to get boring. We'll see how it goes. I'm gonna try to get in at least 50 spins. Once I explain the system, though, I'm gonna move really quickly just to keep the video down short. So, like I said, it's a double street system. Starting out here with 7,000. This is just play. This is just play funds here on my favorite site. I'm gonna use just 1 unit chips for simplicity. And it starts out. You place 1 unit on the. Oh, also I've preloaded this 10 spins just to make it even because my updated version needs at least 10 spins to pick up on a trend. So that's why I've done that. Um, but it hasn't placed any bets yet, so it's going to be an apples to apples comparison. Anyways, so you start out by putting 1 unit on the last street that hit on his version. So last number that came out was 13. I call that double street 3, so I count from left to right. Don't know if that's the proper way to do it, but that's the way I do it. So that's double street 3, so we spin. Okay, so I'm going to make sure I log these spins. This is 33. All right, so if you miss, you add a unit to the second double street. Spin again, you 29. Lost again. On the third one, you add the third double street and you up the units to 2 on each one. Okay, missed again. If you miss on that one, you add the fourth double street. You double twice, so there's 8 units on all 4. Plus, you put 1 unit on 0. Spin. Okay, that time we hit 0. Okay, this is a good uh, chance to mention this. So when the viewer sent me a system, he didn't say how he handles zeros, and he didn't say what you do if you lose. So what would happen if we would have lost that one? We would have added a fifth double street. And he didn't say what he does after if in the case that you lose the fifth double street. So what I've done is I assumed if we get a 0, we just act like it didn't happen and we take the loss. And if you lose on the fifth double street, you also just take the loss and start over. So that's worth mentioning. Okay, but anyways, we hit that 0. We actually lost a little bit, but that's okay. So we'll start over. Um, but we need a spin to get the double street. Okay, 1 unit on second double street. 21. Okay, 1 unit on that is the fourth double street. Okay, fifth double street, we double them to 2 units each. Okay, all right, fourth double street, we take them up to 8 unit. We double it twice, taking it up to 8 units each. Plus, we put a 1 on the 0. All right, we got a hit there. Okay, start over. Start going a little faster now, talking less, just so we can get through some numbers. Right. Add the fourth, double twice, add 1 to 0. Hit on the first one. On a little bit of a run here. That's nice when that happens. So now we're up 16 units. As you can see up here, we started at 7,000. Let's keep it rolling. Okay, so that's an example of we hit a 0 in the middle of a sequence where we don't have the 0 covered. I just take that as a loss and rebet. Don't change anything. And he didn't. The creator of this system didn't mention what he did after in that situation. But I think the best thing to do is just take the loss and rebet. We're up 22 units now, doing pretty well. Like I said, I tested this system just as he sent it a little bit, and it's really good. It's not bad. So I was a little worried. It's pretty good already. I'm not so sure I can improve it any. Oh, and I forgot to mention, make this a little more exciting. I I created the sheet with the trend analysis and the trend version of it. I went through it several times to make sure there's no errors, but I've not run this test before recording this video. So I'm doing this with you live for the first time. So I don't know how they're going to compare either. Figured it'd be a little bit more exciting that way. We could all learn together. Okay. Again, 0 when it's not covered in the middle of a sequence, I take it as a loss and just rebet. Hoping to go long enough that we get a losing sequence where we go to all 5 double streets and lose. That way you can see what that looks like. Don't know if it's gonna happen, but my goal is to play long enough that it does. But we'll see. But I also don't want to make the video too long. Okay. We're up 44 units and I don't know, roughly 8 minutes. It's pretty good. Haven't even had to go to the fifth double street bet yet. I know I'm going fast here, but I'm trying to get some spins in here so we can get some good results. All right, that's the first time that we lost the four double street bet. So now we're going on to the last step, which is the five double streets. What we do is we add the fifth one here, and we double twice. So it's 32 units on each of the five plus four on zero. And we lost. Look at there. I was hoping we'd get at least one losing in there, and we did. So again, the creator of the system didn't say what he does after this point, but I think it's best to accept the loss and keep going. I think one thing you could do at this point would be start off with a really small unit, and then once you have a losing sequence like this, double up your unit size. So maybe go from one as your unit size to two, or if you're where you're playing let you go lower, you can start lower until you get back to a new high, and then go back down to your base unit. That's a probably a good way to do it. Anyways, we'll start over. Um, let's do 10 more spins. We're already at 11 minutes on the video. And you can see we're down. We went from up 50 or 60 units to now we're down 156 units. So when you get that loser, it's a blow. But you saw how quick we got to 50 units. So I mean, if you doubled up your unit size, you could make that up really quickly. Let's just do that for the no, don't, because we want to compare apples to apples. All right, talking too much. Let's go. Let's do 10 more spins. All right. All right. So we ended up losing 100 and let's see, 147 units on the original version. So now I'm going to open this up and see how it compares to the trend analysis version. So this is just all the data, the number crunching. And here you can see it did beat it. So we ended up plus, looks like 76 units. Yeah. So my trend following version made 76 units. So let's actually go back. I have to rewind the video, but I think before we had that losing sequence, we were up roughly 60 units. So even if we were to stop before that, I think maybe this version did slightly better. Actually, yeah, I don't even see it. It didn't even go to the fifth bet at all. It had a number of four bets, but it never went to the fifth bet. So I'm pretty impressed with that. I feel like that was worth my effort. I put in good a little bit of effort in building this out and trying to figure out the best way to define trending for the double streets. So that's pretty impressive. There was one thing I haven't quite figured out yet. In some cases, I'd have to go through all these, but in some cases, it does tell you to play the same double street twice. I couldn't quite get it to not do that. So it's not perfect yet, but the results are accurate. If that makes sense. It's just if I were to turn this into a play version where it was telling you which ones to play, you see right here. Actually, you can see here. So it's telling you to play double street 3, double street 1, and then double street 1 again. So that's actually obviously not accurate, and I counted that as a loss. So let's just say we were supposed to play 2 here instead of the 1, since it's duplicate. We actually would have won because that spin resulted in a 2. So it actually, because of that problem, the results should be actually better than we show slightly. I mean, it's probably not too big of a difference, but anyhow, I still got to get that figured out. And if I do, maybe I will make this available. We'll see, but I definitely would have to get that figured out first. But I was giving myself a headache, kept trying stuff, and I couldn't get it. I'll eventually get it. But anyways, just for a little bit extra fun, even though this video is too long, I am going to just put some random numbers in here and run them through and see what the results look like. A little fun. Let's bring this all the way down. Come on. 200 spins. All right. Let's bring this down. All right, so now we're looking at 200 spin sessions every time I refresh this. That's pretty good. Also pretty good. Pretty good. Looks like we had a pretty. Looks like we had a losing. We had a losing session right here, but it recovered. Another losing session here, but it looks like it recovers. So anyway, this looks good. This video is way longer than I wanted it. Hope you guys thought this was interesting. Let me know what you think in the comments. Until then, I'll see you.